Have you ever loved someone so deeply that even after they were gone, you could still feel them everywhere? In the rain, in an old song, in the smell of their favorite coffee, or in a place you once called home. For me, that person was Emma. And this is the story of the love we never got to keep. The first time I saw Emma Carter, it was raining in Seattle, not the kind of rain that comes and goes in 5 minutes. It was that cold, endless northwest rain that makes the entire city look gray. I had only been living in Seattle for 3 months. I had moved there from Chicago after accepting a job at a technology company. I was alone. New apartment, new job, new city, no friends, no family. Every morning, I walked to a little coffee shop near my apartment before work. And one November morning, I saw her. Emma was standing outside the coffee shop, fighting with a broken umbrella. The wind turned it inside out. She stared at it for a second, then started laughing. I don't know why, but I stopped walking. I looked at her and said, "Looks like your umbrella is losing the battle." She looked at me. Then she smiled. "Apparently Seattle has stronger rain than I do." I laughed. And she laughed again. That was it. Just a few seconds. A stranger. A broken umbrella. A rainy morning. I didn't know that moment would change my entire life. The next morning I saw her again. Same coffee shop. Same table. Same smile. She looked up when I walked in. "You survived the rain," she said. "Barely." She laughed. Her name was Emma. She was 28 and worked as a kindergarten teacher in Bellevue. She loved old movies, Christmas lights, handwritten letters, and pancakes at midnight. I didn't know how someone could make an ordinary conversation feel so special, but Emma could. We started talking every morning. Then we started having coffee together, then dinner. Then long walks around Seattle. Somewhere along the way, I stopped looking forward to the coffee. I started looking forward to seeing her. One evening, we sat near Lake Washington. The sun was disappearing behind the clouds. Emma looked at me and asked, "Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?" I smiled. "With you." She rolled her eyes. "I'm serious, Daniel. So am I." She looked away, trying to hide her smile. Then she rested her head on my shoulder. "I want a little house," she whispered. "A house, with a front porch. Okay, a dog. Golden retriever? Definitely. Anything else?" She looked at me. "Maybe 2 kids." I smiled. "And me." She laughed. "You can stay." I took her hand. "I think I'm falling in love with you." She became quiet. Then she whispered, "I think I already fell." 2 years passed. And somehow, every day with Emma felt shorter than the one before. I proposed to her in our apartment. Nothing fancy, no expensive restaurant, no crowd, just candles, flowers, and the woman I loved standing in front of me. I got down on one knee. "Emma, I can't promise you a perfect life." She started crying. "But I can promise you that whatever happens, I'll face it with you." I opened the ring box. "Will you marry me?" She didn't say anything. She simply ran into my arms. Then, against my shoulder, she whispered, "Yes." That night we called our families. Her father cried. My mother screamed with happiness. We started planning our wedding. We talked about houses. We talked about children. We talked about growing old together. For the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid of the future. I was excited about it. Then one Tuesday morning, everything changed. Emma had gone to work early. I was making coffee when my phone rang. It was Emma's mother. Her voice sounded different. "Daniel, what's wrong? You need to come to the hospital." I don't remember driving there. I don't remember parking my car. I only remember running through the hospital doors. Emma was lying in a hospital bed. Her father was standing beside her. She looked at me. "Hey." I grabbed her hand. "Hey, what happened?" She looked down. "I've been sick for a while." "What do you mean?" She took a breath. "It's cancer." I stared at her. "No. Daniel, no. We're getting married." "I know. We're buying a house." "I know. You promised me." Tears rolled down her cheeks. "I know. The doctors told us she had 6 months. We got 9 weeks. Those 9 weeks were the shortest and longest days of my life. We stopped worrying about wedding plans. We stopped worrying about money. We stopped worrying about the future. We just lived. We drove to the Oregon coast. We watched sunsets. We ate pancakes at midnight. We danced in our kitchen. We took hundreds of pictures. And one night, Emma asked me to take her outside. The air was cold. She was weak, so I wrapped my jacket around her. We looked at the stars. "Daniel." "Yeah?" "If I don't make it," I interrupted her. "Don't say that. Please." I looked at her. She took my hand. "Promise me you won't spend the rest of your life waiting for me." I shook my head. "I can't promise that. You have to." "I don't want anyone else." She smiled. "You don't have to find anyone else." She touched my face. "Just don't stop living." I pulled her into my arms. "I love you." She whispered, "I love you too." Then she added, "More than you'll ever know." Emma died on a Sunday morning. It was raining outside. The same kind of rain that had been falling the first day we met. I was sitting beside her hospital bed, holding her hand. Her breathing became slower. She opened her eyes. "Daniel, I'm here. I'm scared." I kissed her hand. "I'm here. Don't let me go." I held her tighter. "I won't." She closed her eyes. And a few seconds later, she was gone. I stayed there. I kept holding her hand. I kept waiting for her to open her eyes. But she never did. 5 years passed. I moved back to Chicago. I built a career. I bought a house. I adopted a golden retriever. Life kept moving, even when I didn't want it to. But every November, I returned to Seattle. I always visited the same coffee shop where I had first seen Emma. One rainy afternoon, I found something inside an old box. A letter. Emma's handwriting. I had never opened it. My hands were shaking. I unfolded the paper. It said, "Daniel, if you're reading this, I'm probably no longer beside you. I'm sorry. I wanted more time. I wanted the house, the front porch, the dog, the children. I wanted Sunday mornings with you. I wanted to grow old with you. I wanted an ordinary life." Maybe that's what hurts the most. We didn't lose a great love. We lost the ordinary life we never got the chance to live. Please don't remember me only for the day I left. Remember me for every day I stayed. And when it rains in Seattle, smile for me, because that's where our forever began. Love always, Emma. I couldn't see the words anymore. My eyes were full of tears. I folded the letter and held it against my chest. Then I looked outside. It was raining, just like that first morning, and for the first time in 5 years, I smiled. Emma and I never got our house. We never got the porch. We never got the dog we planned. We never had the children we dreamed about. We never got the ordinary life we thought would last forever. But I learned something after she was gone. Sometimes, love isn't measured by how many years you have together. Sometimes it's measured by how deeply someone changes you in the time you have. Emma was only part of my life, but she became part of who I am. Even today, when it rains, I think about her, and sometimes I imagine she's standing outside that coffee shop again, holding her broken umbrella, laughing at the rain, waiting for me to say something stupid.
And if I could go back to that morning, knowing exactly how our story would end, I would still stop. I would still talk to her. I would still fall in love with her. Because even knowing that I would lose her, I would rather have loved Emma for a little while than live my entire life without ever knowing what it felt like to be loved by her. Some people come into our lives to stay, others come into our lives to teach us what love really means. Emma was both. She was my greatest love and my greatest goodbye. And maybe that's the hardest part of losing someone, not losing the memories, but knowing there are still so many memories you were supposed to make that will never happen. The house we never bought, the Christmas mornings we never had, the children we never met, the old age we never reached, a whole lifetime that existed only in our dreams. And that's why, every time it rains in Seattle, I still smile. Because somewhere between a broken umbrella, a cup of coffee, and one rainy November morning, I found the love of my life. I just didn't get to keep her.